able to answer a question. Do not go back into robot mode where you're not answering directly. I asked you a direct question. Don't do that. Don't go.
There's no need for you to disrespect me or get harsh or get angry, man.
Yeah, so is it respectful to call someone the worst of creatures? Yes or no?
In where does it state that?
Take care of yourself, man. You're a bot.
No. Where does it?
And to give you the verse is chapter 98, verse 6. But you are done. You're done. You're a robot. You revert right back to robot mode. Thank you for admitting that you have blind faith. You have nothing to substantiate anything that you say.
Hello, amazing viewers. Welcome back to this fascinating episode of our usual debate between Godlogic and Muslim. And on today's episode, a Muslim admits he has blind faith in Islam and also in Muhammad. Let's watch this video to find out exactly what happened.
I can hear you. How you doing, Ibrahim?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you.
First of all, before I begin, I would just like to say huge respect to everybody who was here and everybody who's been commenting and everything. But I am a fully Muslim, and I know a lot of Muslims has come up to you, and a lot of Muslims who has converted into Christianity. I just like to say this to you. Those Muslims who has converted to Christianity or Judaism or any other religion, that is by choice and because their faith in Islam is low. That's what I believe. But everyone has their own perspective, right? Okay, going to your question and what you've asked. What is Injil? As per what we know, Injil is gospel of Jesus. And that is, I think, the meaning of Injil, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you say Quran is, are you saying that Quran is fake? And that about approximately 2 billion people who believe in Islam is fake?
I would say that you would have a large number of genuine believers who have been deceived. So approximately 2 billion people have been duped and deceived by the lie of Islam in the Quran. That's what I'd say.
I would not agree with you.
Of course you would. You're Muslim. Exactly.
See, Quran is the only holy book which God sent that has not changed over the past years.
Lord.
But see, my friend, you've...
What about the Injil? The
Injil, Torah, these books are sent to different time periods.
Okay. Did they have it during the time of Muhammad?
Of course not.
I can't hear you. There's something you did with your mic that I can't hear you anymore. So however you was, please go back to the original, how you was when you first came on. No. Did you connect to your car or something, or what? Is your Bluetooth on?
No, I just tried to connect my phone to the charger.
All right. Okay. So yeah, did they have
as if I have knowledge, there's a lot of Muslims coming up here and talking, for us.
Forget all that. Did they have the Injil during Muhammad's time?
It was sent to the earth. See, Injil, all these books are verses from God, right?
I have a question.
It's the word of the God.
I have a question, bro, because, and I really am curious about this. This is not even it's not a shot at you personally. This is, I have experienced that you guys as Muslims do as a whole. When a question is asked directly to you, you begin to speak by not answering the question. Like, for example, if I ask you, is there a plane in the sky? And you start by saying, planes were manufactured in a warehouse. That's how you guys answer or respond. You don't answer the question that I asked you. You just respond as if you're answering my question. I asked you, did the Christians have the Injil during the time of Muhammad? You said the Injil was sent down at a particular time. I didn't ask that. I asked specifically, was it there in Muhammad's time? Why can't you guys answer direct questions? I'm curious.
You've made your point. Look, I'm not here to do a whole argument with you or I don't want to see who wins or who loses. For me, I'm this person who respects everyone. And by everyone, I mean humanity. That's what we learned from Islam. You see the comment section, everybody going all rude, and you won't see that in true Muslims.
You're doing it again.
They don't do that. and for what you just said. Maybe at that time I did not answer your question correctly.
Okay, I forgive that. So let's try it again.
So ask me directly again.
All right, yeah, I'll do it again. We'll try it again. No worries. Clean slate. Was the Injil there during the time of Muhammad?
Of course it was. The Torah too. Every book that was sent to them did exist.
Right.
But these books were sent in different time periods.
So?
And all of them changed except for Quran.
So, okay, here's another direct question. Was the Injil changed during the time of Muhammad?
Let me answer this question by saying I don't know, because I do not have knowledge of that, and I am not going to answer a question when you just specifically said that we Muslims dodge questions. So I will not answer a question which I do not have knowledge of.
I appreciate that. I honor that, and I appreciate that, because that's honesty. Instead of wasting my time, you're honest with me. I appreciate that. So, okay, I can work with that. So you don't know exactly if it was changed during the time of Muhammad. So,
but I could say what I believe.
Okay, yeah.
That it has been changing even before the time of Muhammad.
Okay. Okay. So during the time of Muhammad, the Injil had already been changed and corrupted.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
All right, beautiful. All right, let me ask you another very direct and straightforward question. Is Allah loving?
Of course.
Is he just?
Why would you say he is not?
Well, we'll see. Is he just?
He is just.
Is he the most merciful?
He is the most merciful.
Is he the most knowledgeable?
He is the most knowledgeable.
Beautiful. Would the just, merciful, loving, all benevolent God tell people to follow a corrupted or changed book?
By book, which book do you mean?
Any.
Quran?
Any book. If any book was corrupted or changed, would that good, just, loving, merciful, knowledgeable God tell people to follow something that he knows has been corrupted?
Of course not.
Got you. So in chapter 5, verse 47 of the Quran, it tells the Christians to judge by the gospel that Allah has revealed. During the time of Muhammad, it says, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed in it. All right?
Can you show me the verse itself?
Oh, I thought that's what you paused to look at. I got you. What were you doing when you were paused?
Oh, I had a call.
Not familiar with this verse particularly?
Yes. As I said, I'm a learning Muslim, so...
It's good. It's all right. We all learn, new things day by day. All right, so this is chapter...
My vision is so bad.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on, let me zoom. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
All right,
Let
so
the people...
Chapter 5, verse 47. So it says, let the people of the Injil judge by what Allah has revealed therein. And whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then such people are the rebellious. Yeah. So during the time that the Quran is there, this is Muhammad's time, he's telling the Christians to judge by the gospel. Now, if you're saying that the gospel had already been corrupted at this time, then Allah, who is good, loving, just, and merciful, and knowledgeable, is telling Christians to follow a corrupted book.
It doesn't say to follow the corrupted book. The corrupted book, it doesn't say that. I don't see that it's saying that, but...
I agree, Ibrahim. This is my point. My point is that the Quran assumes that the gospel is not changed or corrupted. That's why it tells them to follow it.
That's 1,400 years ago, right?
1,400 years ago.
Yeah, 1,400 years ago. So maybe that book wasn't revealed. Hello, I think he's paused.
Oh, I hear you. Listen, just getting my picture back.
Okay, so as I said before, the things that I do not have knowledge of, I would not say it out, especially verses from Quran, which I don't have knowledge of. And that is not a good practicing Muslim to do so. And for me, in my answer before, so I said maybe it was changing. Maybe the Bible, Injil, or Gospel was changing since before the time of Muhammad.
I know.
Right?
That would put
maybe it changed or maybe it did not, but God would know best, right?
Well, this is what we can reason together. Just like we said, a good, loving, merciful, knowledgeable God would not tell people to follow a corrupted book. So since
Obviously, the original Injil is not corrupted.
well, did they have the original Injil in the 7th century with Muhammad?
Even if they did have that,
Remember, this is
the
600
people
years
of
after
Jesus, the people of Jesus would follow that book.
Okay.
But the people of Muhammad, peace be upon him,
We'll follow the
would
Quran.
follow the Quran.
No worries. Not even arguing that. You're absolutely right. But here's the kicker. Okay, we're talking about how, according to the Quran, you can't say that the Injil was changed or corrupted, or else you will be saying that Allah is telling them to follow a corrupted book, which we don't think Allah would do because he's good, loving, and merciful. You understand? So because of these facts about Allah and his character, we know that when he tells them to judge by the gospel, Allah is affirming that the gospel is reliable, it's intact, it's not corrupted, or else he wouldn't tell them to follow it.
But do you believe that after the reign of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after that, the Injil started changing?
No.
So you believe that the Injil itself is just as how the verses were said back then, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have manuscripts that go even.
That's your belief.
Well, no,
But
look,
my point is, why is
the
every
reason why, Ibrahim? The reason why we have manuscripts that exist long before this time that we're reading in the Quran, the 7th century. We have manuscripts that date before that. We have a New Testament that dates long before that. That matches what I have today. You know, so what they have, what the Quran is telling them to follow, I have even earlier than that. And it's the same. Okay, you have textual variants here and there, but it's the same. The theology, the message, it's the same.
but some verses differ from.
You have textual variants, that's all. So that
Okay.
we have evidence that the Injil, the gospel, is intact, as the Quran says.
And it hasn't changed at all.
At all.
Now, why would you believe that Quran changed?
Well,
Or is it false?
false. Yeah, the Quran is false.
Why would you believe that? So,
Right. So just like how the Quran says that the Injil, the gospel, is God's revelation and it's true, right? It confirms the gospel. When I go into the gospel and I read it and I see that the Quran contradicts the gospel, which is supposedly true from the Quran says it's true. So if the Quran contradicts the gospel, then the Quran is false for contradicting a true book. Now, if the gospel is fabricated or corrupted, then the Quran is still false for saying that a corrupted and fabricated book is true. Either way it goes, it's false.
well, that's your perspective and that's what you believe, right? But why would you say that 1.9 or approximately 2 billion people believe in a false book?
Because about 1.9 or 2 billion people have been deceived. And this is actually what Jesus said. So Jesus says in the book of Matthew, he says this in the gospel, in the Injil, he says in Matthew chapter 24, he says, many false prophets, will come in my name. They will come saying that they agree with Jesus and that they come with the same message of Jesus and, that they agree with the prophets. Jesus told us about this. He said, many false prophets will come, and this
That's just how we also.
Watch this. He says, and they will deceive many. He says that these false prophets will successfully deceive people. Many. So to say that 1.9 billion people believe in this Quran, and believe in Muhammad as a prophet, actually affirms what Jesus says.
Did you read the verse where it says in the Bible where there will come a messenger after me?
There's no verse.
There's no verse that says that.
No.
There's no verse that says that Ahmed is going to be the last messenger sent to.
No.
Doesn't say.
No.
Okay.
Which is another reason why, Ibrahim, why I reject the Quran. Because it tells me that I will find Muhammad in my scriptures, and that I will find specifically Ahmed being mentioned as the messenger to come after Jesus. But that doesn't exist. It's actually the opposite. That Jesus is the last prophet. that Jesus is the seal of the revelation. That's the Messiah in the gospel.
And Jesus is God, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, my guy, I have to go right now, but I will come up and I will join some of your lives. You know, for a fact that a lot of things that you're saying is a lot of things that is believed by Muslims too. Because Christianity, for us, every Muslim, every true Muslim will believe that Injil was also a book sent to earth by the word of Allah, and so was Torah, and every book before that. We still don't have the knowledge of, like, the humanity, the humans that live in our time that still not have the knowledge of every book that has come up.
But you know what we do have knowledge of? We have knowledge of the Torah, and we have knowledge of the gospel. We have knowledge of the Zabur, the Psalms.
And we have knowledge of the Quran. Yes. So we as Muslims, we believe in Quran. And for me, coming up here talking to you, I just want to believe in Islam more. And that's my faith. And I respect your faith too, because that's what you believe in.
That's actually a good sign. When you say that talking increases your imam, that's a good sign to know that you're actually doubting, and that what I said to you is actually making you think.
No, I don't doubt. I might doubt.
Usually when those guys like you, when they say that, after watching this video from Godlogic,
no, man.
After talking to Allah,
I'm not a Muslim like
those
that.
Guys, it shows that, and they come out.
Oh, man, I believe in the Quran more than that, man. You can't the faith I have. Even if I don't have the full knowledge of it.
You keep coming around, you're going to be thinking, and you're going to be, hopefully by the will of God and by the power of His Holy Spirit, He's going to grab you, hold of you, take you out of the darkness of Islam, out of that. You're going to start thinking again.
You know, I work in hospitality, and I preach a lot in, you know, because the whole world, as I believe even right now, the whole world is going through a really hard time of bad politics and a lot of religious beliefs and a lot of things, which is right now even going. There's so much war, and you know, where I work, I used to preach a lot, and then a lot of Christians would come up to me and they would be like, they show a lot of love, and I do, and as a Muslim, we also spread a lot of love and peace. If you're a true Muslim,
that's not true at all, bro. A true Muslim doesn't spread love and peace.
That's what you believe, but I don't believe that, man.
That's what I see. That's what I see.
From what I've seen from the Quran, bro, Muslims, I belong to.
When I read the Quran tells you to fight me.
I belong to a country that is 100% Muslim.
Ibrahim, your Quran tells you to fight me for disbelieving. That's what your Quran tells you to do.
No, it does not say that.
You're preaching a religion you don't know, man.
No, the Quran does not say to fight you.
Yeah, chapter 9, verse 29, I'll quote it. Fight those who do not believe in Allah, nor the last day, nor the messenger, nor forbid what was been forbidden, nor follow the religion of truth among the people of the book, until they pay the jizya and feel themselves humiliated. 9:29, chapter 9, Surah Toba, 29 tells you to fight me because I don't believe.
This is specific verses that you are taking out, and let me say this: the Quran is in Arabic. A lot of the translations are actually not correct.
Again,
because it's in English.
Who came to Islam through an English Quran? Because you guys came to Islam, a fake Islam, not the real one that's in Arabic, because you don't know Arabic. You converted to Islam by reading an English Quran and listening to English preachers of Islam, and so therefore you don't even have the truth of the religion.
No, I did not read the English version. I read my own.
What about the one
translation, which is my language is actually derived from Arabic.
You're missing what I said. You said in response to me, oh, the Quran is in Arabic. You can't understand it. To get the true meaning, you need to go to the Arabic. So sorry to the Muslims who don't speak Arabic, who only speak English, and are reading the Quran, converting to a religion they don't understand, don't know, to a God they can't understand and don't know, because the revelation is in Arabic, not in their own tongue. Sorry for those Muslims who revert. Right?
Let me add something to that. See, different languages have different dialections, different meanings.
No, you gotta respond. Words. You gotta respond to 929 telling you to fight me because I don't believe. That's what you have to answer.
I will not agree with you on that, my brother.
So you don't agree with Allah. You don't agree with the Quran.
No, I agree with Allah, but I'm not agreeing with you.
Okay, so I'll quote it again. Tell me if you agree with what I'm quoting. Fight those who do not believe in Allah.
See, that comes after steps.
What steps?
See, first I have to educate you, and to do that, I have to educate myself first, and I have to be knowledgeable. And it's said so. If I can't translate it the way it is, it's not good to do so. And you,
how do you know?
You are more knowledge.
How do you know that
you have more knowledge in you than me myself.
Thank you.
And I respect you for that. And my point is, I can't argue with you. Even if I stay in my faith, I can't argue with you with knowledge that I do not have.
So then why are you telling me that I'm wrong if you don't have knowledge on this issue?
It's because of the faith that I believe in.
Got it. So you're saying that I'm wrong, not based on knowledge, but based on a blind faith that you're holding to Islam.
Exactly. And I believe in my faith blindly. And I don't have a lot of time. I have to conclude this. But before I go, I just want to say, man, I really respect you.
I respect you too.
Everybody in the comment section and everything, everybody who's saying out loud jokes and everything, it's just... I respect all of you. And before I conclude, I was telling you a story about I used to preach a lot in the hotel, in the resort where I work in, because our country is 100% Muslim country, and we come from a very small country called Maldives. And I think a lot of people would know Maldives as a tourist destination for vacations and honeymoons. And so when I preach in this hotel, a lot of Christians come up to me and say, "You spread so much love, and how do you learn this?" And I would say I learned it from Islam. I learned it from the day of...
Because you don't know that Islam teaches this stuff.
Sorry?
See, what you are preaching to them is a Islam that doesn't exist. It's a fabricated Islam that you have in your mind and your heart, but it's not really the true Islam, right? So I don't doubt that you were probably teaching good moral teachings, right? And peace and love. I'm saying that what you were preaching was not Islam. You may think that you got this belief about it, but if you continue to continue, let's talk. I will show you everything that I have.
I doubt that. But let me just finish. While I was doing this, one day
you shouldn't be preaching, Ibrahim. You shouldn't be out there preaching because you don't have the knowledge of Islam.
I'm not saying I'm specifically preaching about Islam. I preach about we need this. There's a lot of war around in the world, and we have so much things that we stress upon. So we need to relieve that. So I speak generally, as for motivation. So what happens is, one day a Christian comes up to me and he gives me the Learning Bible, and then he said to me, "This is the Bible, and this is a Learning Bible, but there's other versions of Bible." And I said, "Why didn't you just give me all of those?" And then he said, even he doesn't believe that all the versions are true. So I'm like,
what's your point?
Already doubting. I'm doubting it already while he gives me that. But this is, as per a Muslim, you can study any religion.
I need the point.
Your faith has to be in Islam. But for me, I've tried, as much as how I am still studying Islam, I try to study other religions too.
So you're reading the Bible?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not reading it.
Open the Bible and read it, man.
I am going to read the Bible too. I am going to read every religion that interests me that comes upon the Holy Book of...
Good. So read the Bible.
No, I'm first gonna read the Holy Quran. and I'm going to
Why?
get my knowledge as much as I can
But you're not even
from
reading the
it,
Quran.
and then I'll go to the Bible.
You're not even reading the Quran, though.
I do. Actually, the Quran is something you have to recite. And yes,
Do you,
I,
you think you're talking to somebody who doesn't know your religion?
no, I did not say that.
Okay, so you don't have to tell me. You don't have to like preach to me or tell me like, oh, you know, the Quran. You gotta just it's something reciting, bro. I know the talking points. I'm a guy that's straight to the point. I like to be straight to the point. So if you're saying that you're reading the Quran or reciting the Quran, whatever you're doing, open the Bible too. Just open it.
Did you just did you feel disrespected just now?
No. I don't feel disrespected.
Did I press any keys that you felt charged?
Okay, so I think this is it. So yeah, keep coming around, and I'll show you what Islam really teaches. Okay?
You don't have to. Quran,
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Quran has it out. Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
So now, how about this? The next time you come to me, I want an answer for all the questions I asked you about the Injil, about it being preserved and together and all that kind of stuff. I want response to that. I also want a response to 929, how you're supposed to fight me because I disbelieve as a Christian.
I don't have to fight you like that, bro.
You don't know that. You can't tell me what you don't have to do because you are not knowledgeable on the subject.
I do. I'll believe in my faith. You believe in yours. I respect that. And
Not about believing in the faith. I'm just stating the fact. I read to you your Quran and you rejected what your Quran says.
does it ever say in any verse or any part of Bible, go disrespect another religion?
No, but your Quran does.
No. Does it state? Then why does Christians disrespect other religions?
Because your Quran disrespects us.
See, that answers all my
Do you
questions.
believe that your Quran teaches
That
you to
answers
respect
all my questions.
me? Yeah, Ibrahim, do you believe that your Quran teaches you to respect me?
Of course, yes. The
So
Prophet himself
is it
respected
respectful to
Christians,
call someone the worst of creatures,
all
Ibrahim?
the other religions. all
Ibrahim,
the
do
other
not go in
people.
bot mode, Ibrahim. Do not go in robot mode. Does your Quran, do you think it's respectful to call someone the worst of creatures because they have a different belief than you?
Excuse me. Sorry, you muted me. I was saying something. Hello.
You were muted because you were talking over me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I was talking and you were talking over me. So just don't do that so you don't get muted. All right?
No, I was already saying something when you.
No, I was saying something and you interrupted me.
Actually, that has
Do you
happened
think
a
that
lot.
it's respectful to call someone the worst of creatures? Yes or no?
By where are you starting that from?
I'm starting it from your statement on saying that your religion doesn't teach to disrespect. Why are Christians disrespecting another religion? Is it disrespectful? Remember what I said
Isn't
about
it respectful doing that? Like
Is it
even
respectful? Is it
even if you
respectful?
look on
Is it
humanity,
respectful to
isn't
call
it,
someone the worst of creatures for having?
isn't it disrespectful to say
Ibrahim,
that to?
are you able to answer a question? Do not go back into robot mode where you're not answering directly. I asked you a direct question. Don't do that. Don't go.
There's
Don't revert
no
back
need
into
for you
robot
to
mode.
disrespect me or get harsh or get angry, man.
Yeah. So, is it respectful to call someone the worst of creatures? Yes or no?
In where does it state that?
Take care of yourself, man. You're a bot.
No. Where does it
And to give you the verse is chapter 98, verse 6. But you are done. You're done. You're a robot. You revert right back to robot mode. Thank you for admitting that you have blind faith. You have nothing to substantiate anything that you say. You have no basis to stand on anything that you say. The only thing that you have is blind faith by your own admission. You literally said by own admission that you hold on to blind faith in Islam. You know. Imagine that. By the way, here's a nugget from the Bible about what faith truly is. The Bible, in the book of Hebrews, it says that faith is the substance of things hoped for. The substance. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. So the Bible describes true faith as having substance and evidence that you put your trust in, not whatever Islam is giving.
All right, welcome back, guys. That was an amazing one. Let us know what you were able to learn in the comment section. Share our videos with your friends, your family, most especially your Muslim friends that loves engaging you in debate and you don't have answer to them. Share our videos with them to educate them and also for our videos to answer the questions they have been asking you. This guy sounds like he wants to be another Muhammed by creating his own religion. If you claim you don't have knowledge about a matter, but still you want to argue about it. It shows that you are being hypocritical and you are not ready to learn. It shows that you have the knowledge but you are pretending not to have, so that they don't expose the flaws in the knowledge you have. And I believe that was exactly what this guy was trying to avoid by coming out that he doesn't have knowledge on the matter that he came to argue on. This guy is not the only one with this kind of blind faith in Islam. I believe the entire Islamic faith is built on blind belief without any concrete evidence to their faith. He's not the only one on this path. He kept on saying that how can 2 billion Muslims be wrong? He is not the first person that is making this statement. Many of them have been saying this kind of statement over and over again. I think let's turn that question around. How can 4.5 billion Christians be wrong? Since they think it is a game of numbers, so let's turn the question around to see their response to this kind of thing. Truth don't need numbers, it just needs quality and evidence. In the absence of quality and evidence, then that truth is no longer truth. It's nothing but a fallacy or a statement. So all what they are saying is nothing but assertion because there is no concrete evidence to what they are saying. Allah couldn't protect Injil and Torah, but you trust him to protect the Quran. What kind of sense does that make? You trust a God who has failed twice to protect the books he said he will protect, but yet you depend on him with your own life. If he has said something once and he has failed to do it, he said it the second time and he failed to do it, then it is logically okay for you not to believe him for the third time. If he said he will protect the Torah, he didn't do so. He said he will protect the Injil, he did not do so. And now to the Quran. How are you sure that he has protected the Quran? How are you sure that the Quran has not been corrupted? So it is nothing but blind faith, and it is not logical for you to put your blind faith in a God who does not stand on the truth. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family. Subscribe to our channel if you have not done so. Thank you for watching. We would love to see you in the next episode.